My name is Tony Litt. I'm the MD of Sunrise Radio, and it's my immense pleasure to bring you the official Sunrise Radio podcast. We are the #1 commercial Asian station in the United Kingdom, with many firsts to our name, and we continue to be the voice of British Asians who have given us their love and loyalty over 30 years. It's a legacy we cherish and a responsibility that we don't take lightly. Our aim has always been to entertain the listeners with the best of Bollywood and Bhangra, while also addressing their concerns. A real voice for the community, a vibrant community, and a great nation. We are proud to be British and Asian. This podcast is a compilation of some of the things we do on the station, with a stellar lineup of presenters who each have their own personality and style. It's entertaining, informative, engaging, and we hope you will enjoy it here as a podcast if you are unable to tune in to the radio. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your family and friends about this podcast, and do leave us a comment on what you think. We'd love to hear from you. All the best always. Team Sunrise.
The UK's biggest station mix. Sunrise Radio.
The Bhangra Showdown with Ameet Chana.
It gives me great pleasure and a real honour to introduce to you the original Bhangra muffin. Mr. Apache Indian joins me on the line. How are you, sir?
Hey, it's great to be with you. Very well, thank you. Great.
It's always a pleasure to have you on the show, man. Last time you were on the show, you came down, you spent a good solid hour with me, which was really nice to have done that. I've bumped into you sporadically since then, but what a couple of years, of course, for the whole industry, well, for the whole world, of course, could a pandemic, etc. But it feels like now, artists, I don't know if you saw my post earlier this week, I put out 6 new tracks of 6 UK artists. Finally, we've got, of course, yourself. We've got Rishi, who I'm speaking to later on, has got a brand new single out. We've got Jesse Sidhu, who's got a series of singles coming out. PBN is at it. GV is at it. The list is going on. Is it coming back, Apache, the UK sound?
Big respect to everyone. I mean, there's been a lot of criticism. A lot of people say the UK's been down. You know what? Music goes round and round. It's a UK time. Big respect to all those artists, Rishi and everyone that's releasing stuff. Let's do it. Let's get all the DJs back on the case. Let's get this new music out to show off what we have.
I'm telling you, I have been doing this show for nearly 6 years, and I haven't been this excited for a very, very long time. And I'm kicking it off with you, bruv. Legend in the game. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show, or even on the line, or meet you in person. But tell me about this brand new track, Get Desi, because it's someone called DJ, is it APS or APS? Tell us about him.
Yeah, DJ APS is actually a DJ remixer from Canada. I've been working with him for a little while now. He's not actually a producer, so he's now kind of turned into a producer.
Nice.
Great guy. Loves his music. Has been a big DJ in his own time. But now he's fiddling with the production. I mean, his sound is great. He's fresh. He's got hip hop. He's got Bhangra. He's got the dancehall flavour. I mean, this track has been taken by storm from the reggae boys right across the world. Just came out last week. Called Get This. He's got all the flavours that we grew up with. The dancehall, the Bhangra, proper good fusion, hard lyrics. So, we're kind of we're attacking with this song. And
you're celebrating a massive anniversary this year, right?
That's right. It's been 30 years in the music business.
Wow.
So I've been on a world tour. So fantastic. I mean, it's just about celebrating with the fans that have supported me over the years. So, yeah, we just did a great tour across India, Dubai. We just come back from Holland. So look out for a show in Camden on the 22nd of this month.
Nice.
Next Saturday. We're in Birmingham on the 29th celebrating the Commonwealth Games legacy. It goes on. Check me out, Apache Indian HQ, all the dates today. We're on the Leicester on the 12th. So, phenomenal. But just between me and you, exclusive news, because I know that you're the professional.
Yeah.
This year, just signed a deal to make a movie.
Oh, what?
So finally, it has to happen, the Apache Indian movie. And
wow.
So I'm going to need your help. You're the professional actor.
Dude,
I'm going to need your help.
You know me, man. I'm always on hand for you. We'll talk about that in just a second, Apache. Let's just rewind, because you're celebrating 30 years, and you set up this amazing music academy as well in Birmingham. Obviously, COVID got in the way of a lot of all that stuff. Now, working with people like DJ APS, is that part of the 30-year thing of giving platform to the younger generation as well?
I mean, I've been working with the APS for a while.
Yep.
But the academy is very, very important. I mean, it's part of my life about giving back to Birmingham, giving back to the youth. The community matters. So that's probably the best thing I ever did in my career stage. It's not just about the fame. What do you do with your name? How do you give back? the Apache Indian Music Academy running at Southern City College for the last 10 years, helped hundreds and hundreds of kids, not just music and songwriting, it's about mental health, just about getting off the streets, helping people. Let's get back in that community again. Music brings us together as well. So just trying to connect all those dots and give back and move forward as well.
Now, talking about moving forward, we'll come to the film in just a second. Also, something I've been niggling you about, when is the Yo-Yo Honey Singh collaboration happening, man? This guy goes around with a diamond chain with your name on it, and yet there's no Apache Yo-Yo Honey Singh track.
First of all, big respect to him, because artists don't do that. Especially Asian artists, they don't big up other artists.
Absolutely, man.
They don't do that. So big respect to him saying that, Apache inspired me as the first kind of rap that I heard back in India when I was a kid. I've done a phenomenal song with him. He's been sitting on it for a couple of years. I'm going to call him after this song and say, listen, Amit wants to know when he can have that song.
I'll tell you what, you call him, I'll message him. Hopefully that might help him push it forward, man, because that is going to be an interesting... Obviously, you're saying the track is made, right? The track is ready.
The track's been made, but you know what they're like in India. They take their time. Yeah. He's got lots of other releases, but he's ready for it this year. He wants me to come over and do the video. So It's not just a case of releasing it. They do it big time. And I'm going to make sure that you get that track first. You have my word.
Oh, my God. I'd be so excited by that. Like, let's now talk about the future, bro, because you just talked about doing a film. Is it a film that you're in, or is it a film that it's about you?
It's a film about me. I'm not the greatest actor. I might make a little cameo, but I'm going to need you. I mean, you're the professional.
Well,
but
if someone asked me to play Apache Indian in a film, I would literally roll over and do that. Like, no doubt whatsoever.
You might have to do it. We're looking from someone from the UK, someone who can do it, someone who can pull off the patwa and the Bhangra and all that. That's you.
I'm going to remind you, the first time I properly met you was at Waterman's Arts Centre. You came to a press night opening of a National Theatre show that I did called Wicked Yard back in 1993. Pandit Dinesh and Stephen Luscombe did the music for that, who I know you used to work with very closely. And for that show, I had my hair done the way that you used to do, with all the hieroglyphics and all that in my hair. And I had to get that done every week for the show. And I toured the country for 4 months, and I went to random places in the middle England who didn't know what in God's name I was asking them to do.
Wow, I do remember that actually. So you're the man for the job. I'm going to come to you. Just when the final thing to the script, but I mean, literally, I signed a deal with Universal earlier this year.
Nice.
So I haven't told anyone that before, so this is the first time I'm telling you. Look out for that.
Absolute exclusive. And speaking of which, Apache, I always go to call you Stephen, and I just have to remember I've called you Apache professionally. Before we go, I want you to introduce this track for me, bruv. I'm playing it for the first time on my show. I know it came out sort of the tail end of last week. I tried to get it on last week, but it didn't happen. But here we are now. First time on Sunrise. Give it a little intro for me, bro.
Yeah, big respect. This is a live and exclusive. This is called Get Desi, produced by DJ APS from Canada. This is the world exclusive on Asian radio. Ameet Chana, we love you. Just like everyone, get Desi, me Apache Indian.
Yes, live. Brother. Always a pleasure, man. He's broken many things in this world, glass ceilings, probably world records, but I think he will now hold the world record for the most delayed album in history ever. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Rishi Rich to the show. How are you, mate?
That was a brilliant introduction. Thank you. You're right.
What's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just, having a normal Saturday, just chilling.
Good. That makes a change for you.
I know. Life is normal on the weekend, but it's all good. It's all good.
Listen, last time we spoke, you were in lockdown in Bombay. Of course, many things has changed there. Luckily, the world has gone back to some kind of normality. But also, you are back in the UK now. You are now a Londoner once again.
I am back home now, yeah. I came back. It's weird. I was away, 3 years in Atlanta. Then I went to Mumbai, as you know, for 5 years. So it's kind of like I've been away for 8 years, but I've been working on stuff, in India, obviously the film stuff. Still working on my album in every country I live in. And still working on it here when I got back. So I got back last year, and I felt like it was a new country. It felt nice to come back to West London,
Well, it's a new world, mate, after COVID and everything like that. Things are so different. Even though we're gone back to supposed normality, it's never going to quite be the same. Now, let's talk about those 3 different continents that you just mentioned, Rishi. Atlanta, then India, and now back in London. The album Music, which is close to being released by Movie Box now, finally. When did you first start working on that? Cards on the table, honestly.
Oh, wow. I think I started to work on that after the Project album. I started to work on that. So I think when I left 2.9, then I joined Movie Box. So that was around 2008.
Wow.
2009. Yeah, I mean, you've been part of that whole journey. Like, then I started doing a lot of stuff for movie boxing on the Miss Pooja stuff and everything. And I started to work on my album. Yeah, I started to work on it at the Heights in Perryville.
Yeah.
And then obviously worked on it with in Atlanta. I got even Teddy Riley to do some vocoder stuff on it.
Amazing.
And then I worked on it in Mumbai. So yeah, it's been a long time, and I don't know why it's taken so long. I really don't, because I like to put out music quite quick. But it's weird because they still have that nostalgic to 2009 sound, but obviously there's 17 songs on it now, and you can hear the years, if you understand. You can hear like, okay, this sounds like it was done in Atlanta, or this sounds like Mumbai, this sounds like London. The front cover is actually just a map of Atlanta, Mumbai, and UK.
Oh, nice. So it's something that you've embraced. Each one of those countries and each one of those time periods has influenced the content on this album, then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always said, and I don't know if I've ever said it to you, but I've always said that I've always wanted to do a triangle, which is London, America, India. That I've always wanted to live and work in those countries, and I kind of did that in America, obviously with Teddy. Then I went to Mumbai and I did that, and I came back to London. So it's kind of full circle, and it's I've embraced artists from wherever I was. I worked with artists in Atlanta, worked with artists in India, and put them on my album,
I mean, that sounds like the Holy Trinity as such, right? And those are the three biggest audiences that your music has, basically. I mean, excluding Dubai, of course, because there's a lot of expats there. But your biggest audiences are UK, India, and America, I'm guessing, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's the thing. India, UK, and obviously America and Canada. And it's just been great, and... yeah, it's definitely coming out. Like, I'm already thinking about the next album, so I'm not going to take that long on that. But I just hope people love it. I think I have done it to you, but I don't think you've opened the WeTransfer file yet, Chana.
Oh, really? Oh, didn't even know. That's my bad. I should have, man. I'm almost as delayed as you then in that case. So let me talk about this, because who is on this 17-track album then? Because you mentioned a few artists from different continents. Can we expect to hear well-known names as well as new artists?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I've got, obviously, Samad, that's on Roh Lehn there.
Yeah.
And then, some of the movie box artists like Miss Pooja. I recorded a song with her back, there's a video actually on YouTube of me recording with her.
I remember, yeah.
I've got people like Ishas that I recorded with long time ago, Veronica, Juggy, obviously Kirani, some old school artists like Sujit Khan, Navin Kunja, Master Salim, Solomon, Jagtar, H. Dummy, Rush Tour, Don's on it, Jay's on it.
Wow.
It's going to be, it's just that flavour. And there's a few other little bits, but the album is submitted, so I can't put any more. I was going to do like a double album, I was going to split it in half. Everyone was like, why are you putting 17 songs on? Just chop it in half and make two albums.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I just want to just put 17 songs
But
on.
Also, are you not feeling a little bit kind of weary about, in a non-album world, of releasing a 17-track album now? Do you think there's still people who are keen on buying a whole thing or getting hold of a whole thing?
Well, I think now, especially with the streaming services, you can stream whatever song you want. If you want to buy anything, you can buy one song from an album. I mean, in the West, a rapper would release an album, but you might not want to listen to the whole album. Yeah. But you still got it as a liked album, And I think streaming has changed the format of. I'm obviously going to put out another couple of singles before the album drops, like next month, and anticipating to have at least, if not videos for half the songs on it,
Great, that sounds wicked. That's a great idea, to go out there and go, look, here's my heart, pick which bits of it that you like, or take it all, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
All right, let's talk about the single then. First and foremost, who is Samad Qadir? Tell us a little bit about this artist. What a phenomenal voice he has.
Yeah, so he was very new to me, to be honest. This song was actually, and I'm actually about to put some BTS footage on my Instagram of how I made the song. So me and Kirani, we were working on this song for another artist in India, and we sent it to her. and she loved it, but she never got around to recording it because she was going through some personal stuff. Basically, she had a baby, so you can kind of guess who it was. But so then I said to Kieran, I was like, you know what? I know this is like for her. It's been one of she composed it. She wrote the hook. She actually wrote the whole song, and I was like, I would love to put this on my album. And I sent it to Cameron at Movie Box. I was like, what do you think of this? Because I loved it.
Yeah.
And you know, like, it's weird because the last track I've always done on projects becomes the single. It's always worked out like that. And I guess because it's current and it's the flavour of what I'm feeling. So he was like, I was like, can you recommend anyone who could sing it? And he was like, I've got this artist in Pakistan. He's great. And he made me this, sent me some links. I fell in love with his voice. Yeah. Because it's quite Sufi Qawwali, but still West.
Nice,
it's got that R&B kind of vibe to it. And he loved it. And literally I sent it to him. He reworked a few of the lyrics and changed a little bit of the composition, and then he sent his vocals back, and I was like, wow. And then I put it together, and I was like, this is my single.
Amazing.
It sounds like, and the thing is, once you listen to my album, there's a lot of intricate production on my album, but this is a very simple, like, the music doesn't really do much, it's just, but it's a beautiful song. I think as a whole, it's just a great song with a great melody. It's really, I feel like it's really catchy.
I'm glad that you touched on that, because I was going to say to you, fans and haters equally will make a comparison with this song and the production on Tere Jaya Hord Dista. Was that intentional, or was that kind of just accidental in the beat programming of it all?
Yeah, I think that is like a very my beat, I remember when Kieran was going and I was like boom, boom, boom. I was like, I've got to do that, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think everyone pays homage to that, and I the comments that I've received, people like you took us back nostalgically, but it's still very new in terms of melody and song wise, because I feel now like I wanted to put out a good song, like a really good song with an amazing vocalist. Lyrics are really deep, and then I can show off on the production on the rest of the album. There's some really wacky stuff that will come, as like the Project album. People didn't get it when it came out, and I think a couple of years later, people like, that is a phenomenal. And even I listened to it going, what the hell did I make? How did I produce that?
It's true. When it comes up in my playlists and my kind of streaming, kind of when I put shuffle on in the car, when you hear it, you just sound like it was something that came out yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Not all those years. What was it? 2002 it came out, the project?
Yeah, 2003. Yeah, it was bonkers. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, listen, I am so excited about a fully fledged album finally making its way, either streaming wise. Is there going to be a physical release as well? Can people buy the CD?
Yeah. I want to do vinyl.
Okay, I thought you might say that. I thought you might say that, which is great for me because, as you know, I'm a vinyl diehard fan. Jamie in Harrow says she cannot wait for the album to come out. So many old school artists collaborating with Rishi Rich once again will be phenomenal. Rishi, just finally, before I let you go, what last words have you got before you leave today? Like, what makes people still want to buy and pay for music?
I think an album is a body of work, and I think people will always, if they're fans of someone's music or someone's voice, I know for me, one for sure, like I will go out and support and buy, music, and I love the fact that people really still appreciate, an album or a good body of work, and I'm excited, and I hope people just go out and, feel nostalgic, but also get new listeners listening to my music, and I'm really excited. So thank you so much for supporting. Thank you, Sunrise. Like I've always said, Sunrise was the first station to play my, one of my tracks when I was in Too Cool. So always.
Wicked. It's an absolute pleasure talking to you, Rish. I'm sure I'll bump into you and spend some time with you finally now that you are in the UK. Even though you've been here over a year, I think I've seen you 3 times. Before I let you go, please introduce the first single off the album Music for me.
Okay, so this is Roh Lehn there featuring Samad Kadir. I always get his name kind of mixed up, but Samad, amazing vocalist, written, composed by Kieran and Samad, and it's taken from my album called Music, which will be out end of August.
Wicked, bro. Always a pleasure speaking to you.
Join Ameet Chana every Saturday from 4 p.m. for the Bhangra Showdown, playing you the finest in Punjabi and Bhangra music from the past, present and future.
Sunrise Radio.
Now it is time to get my special guest on the air, and we are going to be doing Flirty at 8:30 and 9:16.
Calling all singles. Are you ready to get flirty at 8:30? Message the studio now and let the love doctor of Sunrise help you find love.
Let's do it. Right, we've got the lovely Ankita. Are you there, Ankita?
Yes, I am.
How do you prefer to say it? Ankita, Ankita? What do you prefer?
You can pronounce it anyhow. Anika, Ankara, I get all sorts.
I love it. I love it. Well, welcome to Flirty at 8:30, ever so slightly late today, but it's a pleasure to have you on, and thank you for taking part. Now, obviously, this is the first time you're doing it. It's very simple and very, very painless. We're just going to put you out there because you are currently single and you're looking for your beautiful soulmate, and so you never know, they could be listening right now, and in order to find them or sort of like, you know, kind of filter them out a little bit, we're going to just ask you some simple questions, and you never know, they could be listening and they might message me and say, oh, she sounds nice, and then I can try and set you up and we see what happens, right? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but let's give it a go. So first off, obviously your name is Ankita from Surrey, and if you don't mind me asking, how young are you?
Well, I am 31.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say you could tell me the approximate age is absolutely fine, but 31, beautiful young age to be at. I love it, absolutely brilliant. Okay, so question, I'm going to ask you 5 simple questions about you. Just answer them as honestly as we possibly can, and let's see what happens. So, first question is very simple. How would your best friends describe you?
My best friend would describe me as somebody who's quintessential, charming, exotic, and very humorous.
Wait, hang on a minute. Go back to that first one. Quintessential. I love that. I love it. Wait, can we go through that list again? Quintessential. What did you say? Exotic?
Yes. Charming and humorous.
Okay, cool. Charming and humorous and exotic as well. Wow, I love it. I think that's probably the best description anyone has provided so far. I absolutely think that's fantastic. All right. So tell me, what is one of the main qualities that you look for a partner? And it can't be the usual boring stuff like good sense of humor and all that. I want to know something very specific. What's one thing that you hope for in a partner?
He needs to be well-spoken, like super well-spoken. Yeah.
I love that one. That's right. Well, I could tell that from the fact that you used the word quintessential, which is, I mean, that's probably the largest word that anyone has ever used on the Love Lounge in the history of the show, and I love it. I think it's brilliant. I love big, posh, fancy words. All right, so the gentleman must be well-spoken. Brilliant. Great answer. Question number 3. What makes you different from all the other single girls out there?
Well, I can do tightrope walking, I can dance, I can sing, I can cook, bake. Well, I guess I can't keep bragging on about myself.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble keeping up with this list. Tightrope walking, dance, sing, cook. I mean, come on. Like, this is like ultra uber talented. This is incredible. I love it. Tightrope walking. How did that come about?
Well, I learned aerial arts when I was in New Zealand because I'm a New Zealander. So
nice. So that explains the accent. I was going to ask actually about that. There's a little bit of a mix in there though as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm not too sure myself anymore.
I love it. Brilliant. Keep it coming. Right, cool. Question number 4. Well, you said you happen to like singing, actually, which is great and lines up the next question perfectly. So, if you met a guy and you really wanted, like he was someone you thought, wow, he's nice, and you really wanted to impress him with your singing skills, what song would you sing to him? And it could be anything, by the way. Hollywood, Bollywood, English, American, whatever. Rap, hip-hop, country, doesn't matter. Whatever it is.
I would probably sing the Shania Twain's In Your Arms. There's one song, I think, by her.
Oh, my God. You really are a unique one, aren't you? Definitely. I love that. That's a great choice. Very, very nice choice. I love that. Okay. So last but not least, now, what is one thing a man would need to do for himself to stand out for you? So what's one thing, apart from the well-spoken thing, what's one thing that could really impress you? Perhaps it would be his culinary skills, or perhaps it would be something else. Is there anything in particular that would fit the bill?
I think it would come down to respect. Somebody who respects me.
Respect?
From the get-go. Yeah.
What's that? What's the name of that? So RESPECT. I love it. Okay, cool. I tell you what, I'm gonna push you just for one more thing.
Yeah.
So what's one more thing that he would have to do to impress you? Because you've got quite good talents. So I'm wondering if there's a specific talent that maybe this imaginary guy for now, might have that could impress you.
Well, I would say sense of humor, but you told me not to use that, so I'm going to say, well, it's a very neat question. I think he would need to dress smartly.
Good sense of dress. I love it.
And have good sense of dress and a good, nice perfume. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one as well. Smell good. Let's put that.
Yes.
I think that's a really good one. All right, cool. So let's just do a quick recap. Ankita from Surrey, you are 31. And so last important question as well in terms of just like specifics. What kind of age range are you looking for in a guy?
I am, essentially looking for anything between 30 to 37.
All right, cool. 30 to 37. So Ankita is 31, looking for a guy approximately 30 to 37. Your best friends would describe you as quintessential, exotic, charming, humorous, and probably quite a lot more too, which is great. I love it. I love how confidently you've spoken about yourself, and that doesn't happen often, and that's actually a really good thing. Next question was, what's one main thing you would hope for in a partner? Someone who is very well-spoken, articulate. I love that. That's a really good one. Question number 3, what makes you different from other girls? You do tightrope walking, dancing, singing, cooking, and you've got a whole host of talents there, which definitely makes you stand out. Question number 4, you said you sing a little bit, so I said, what would you serenade your partner with? You said Shania Twain, In Your Arms.
Forever and for always. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness me. I mean, what good choices there. I love it. And I was just curious, by the way, was there anything Bollywood that you would have put in there as well, or just would you stick to Shania Twain?
Maybe like that Ashiki song, the latter movie, the Ashiki.
Okay, cool. I like that. Ashiki song,
Tum Hi Ho something.
I know which one you mean. Yeah, love it. Okay. And last but not least, what would the guy need to do to win your heart? And two or three very simple things. Mostly respect you, but of course be respectful, and dress smartly and smell good. Love it. I think that sums it up pretty well, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I have to say, that is definitely one of the best flirty 830s we've ever had. And I will say to all the guys out there, you're going to have to be something a little bit special for our Ankita. I feel like Cilla Black right now. You're going to have to be something very special, all right? So for any of the guys out there who are listening right now, or even if it's not you, perhaps you know someone who is at that age range, and potentially you might think, ooh, that sounds like a good match for my so-and-so, then get in touch. Drop me a WhatsApp. Maybe I can put you both in touch, and we'll let nature take its course. Does that sound good, Ankita?
Yep. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you for coming on. And what I'm going to do is add this to the podcast as well. So if anyone listens to it in the future, they can still get in touch with me. But I just wanted to say thank you for being such an awesome, well-spoken, articulate guest, and really just kind of shining through there as well. It's lovely to see that. So honestly, a pleasure. So thank you so much for that. And I'm going to keep an eye out, especially for you now as well, just because you're so talented and you speak so well and come across so well.
Thank you so much, Amit.
You're welcome.
Catch our love guru, Amit Sodha, between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. every Sunday for that chill out zone.